Jake Out Loud.
Going back a little bit, why the hell did you decide to go into comedy? Your brother goes into radio and the music a little bit.
I was just
what drove you to comedy?
I had no. I kind of just like fell into it. I think in a way, just because I was always I was class clown. I graduated with that honors.
Yeah.
Of class clown. Not anything good with marks, but I definitely was the funny person. So. And then I got I took mechanics after because I didn't feel like going to college. I didn't college school, just didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy it, so I took mechanics.
Took a trade.
Loved cars, yeah. I took a trade. Worked in that for a bit, but I was getting in trouble at work because I'm always the guy goofing off.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know stand up was a thing. Like I've watched stand up my whole life, but every time you see stand up, like as a kid, you always see like actors. They're always like actors, and then you see them on TV doing stand-up, and you go, well, I guess you become an actor and then you do stand-up.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was the opposite.
It is the other
and
way
then,
around.
I got into doing stand-up. A mechanics teacher, actually kind of pushed me in that direction. Was like, you should.
It's a nice way to get rid of you out of the garage.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's probably what he was thinking. I thought he was nice, but it turns out he was probably just an asshole trying to get me out of it.
Lots of different. Now I remember talking to you a few years ago,
Okay.
and you were doing comedy, and then you said, "Jake, I'm taking a year off, and I'm going to concentrate fully on comedy."
Right.
Remember that?
And
you were going to put full force in the video, in the comedy. I remember having that conversation with you.
Yeah.
And obviously it worked out. Is that the time where you started doing the videos? Now these videos, tell me about that.
Yeah, that was really a thing. Yeah, that was definitely it was a push. I did definitely stop working a day job, and then because I kind of was getting like a couple gigs here and there, and then I really did want to start doing videos. I wanted to focus on doing that, and it was hard to get stage time too. When I first started, that's what really pushed me into videos.
Yeah,
it was hard to get stage time. And
so I do my own videos.
I got my own camera and my own videos. I could, if I'm performing for like 10 people at a crappy open mic, what's getting 10 people on YouTube to look at me? You know what I mean? What's the difference? So. Yeah, I started getting into that, and then once it started like feeling like I had some footing and I knew what I was doing a little bit, I left the day job. They were gonna fire me anyways, but I left the day job, and then I got my first big gig that summer was an audience warm up for Match Game on the Comedy Network. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, I did audience warm up here in Montreal.
Yeah, because they filmed that here in Montreal.
Yeah, that was my first big showbiz gig.
How do you do warm up? How does that work?
It's brutal. They trick you into doing it. All right, they trick you. They make you think it's easy, and then you get there and you realize you're almost like directing the crowd.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was long days, but it paid really well, and it was definitely an experience, and it really.
You learn a lot from that.
You learn a lot. Yeah.
So what do you say to the audience when they're there? I mean, they tell you to give them some information, right?
When they gave me the gig, they told me all I got to do is like 10 minutes of stand up before the show, so that it warms up the crowd.
Sounds easy, right?
Sounds very easy. But then they realized they didn't really have enough staff to do to direct the crowd when they need the crowd to clap or laugh or be able to interact with the people on camera. So then that kind of got shoved onto my job description as well. So I kind of was like directing the crowd during, just tell them, all right, we're going in on commercial. And as soon as you see the director, like, all right, commercial, and everyone clap. We got to clap right now. And but it paid well, so I was like, I'll do it.
What the hell?
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, for sure. No, it was a great experience.
Yeah,
to keep like a crowd, and they were long days. They shot.
How many shows do you do in a day?
5 episodes.
5.
It was
That's
insane.
long.
It was really long. Yeah, it was really long. Like long days. Everyone was it was like a lot of changeover, and they try to keep the same crowd there for multiple tapings.
Oh, that's
so
brutal.
They did like 2 chunks. They would do the morning, and then they'd break at like 3, and then come back at like 5, and from 5 till some. I think we finished once at like 2 a.m. because they had like technical difficulties.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was pretty.
Well, what does the crowd get out of this besides watching it?
I think just getting to watch it.
Really?
getting to watch it. There was nothing really. They gave out like swag and they
Yeah.
give you like snacks and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think the late shows they try and give some whiskey out. They give you like or little glasses of wine and
Yeah,
stuff, just to, like get the crowd a little bit more loose and willing to stay.
Yeah.
Turns out if you give people alcohol, they will stay.
They will stay.
They will
Oh
stay.
yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, no, it was a great experience. And then once I felt like, hey, I finally got something that paid me money, pretty good in this,
Yeah.
I was like, I think I can keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just snowballed, man. And then I got this hour's 22
Well,
minutes.
that was my
after.
next question. Your videos and that got you this hour. Now, what did you do for this Canadian show? This hour is 22 minutes. Were you writer, producer?
Well, I was writing. Originally they just hired me to do on camera and then
Yeah.
writer as well.
Yeah.
But like my job on camera was I was a correspondent.
Okay.
News
Oh yeah,
correspondent.
yeah. All right.
So I do the interviews. They put me out. Basically, they really wanted me was my streeters. I was doing
Yeah.
YouTube videos, so they wanted me to go out there and talk to people on the streets. And yeah, so that's where I started, man. I ended up doing the YouTube videos that got me to 22.
Yeah.
They had me as a writer and on camera, but I think because of after the first piece, it was really hard to get that first piece in because the first piece they wanted me to do something else. We went out to Saskatchewan to film it, but I really wanted to do a piece with someone. There's a guy. Remember Hérouville, the town Hérouville in Quebec. Remember there was a town councillor who passed a law where you can't practice religion in public, or you can't, you have to follow our
Big
rules.
in the news. Yeah.
Which is now province-wide law.
Exactly.
But at the time, it seemed insane. Yeah, so I wanted to interview him, and they didn't really want me to, but I kind of reached out on my own,
Yeah.
and the guy got back to me. So when we were on the road in Saskatchewan, we were coming back to Montreal, and we had a day to film something else anyways in Montreal.
So let's go do it.
So yeah, the road producer was like, "Look, we'll go film it. If it turns out good, then we'll tell everyone back at the studio."
Smart move. Okay.
And it turned out great, and it was like I still think my best piece.
Yeah.
Definitely. So yeah, they gave me more leeway after they realized that I kind of know what I'm doing and what direction I want to go.
Yeah.
And thankfully, it's all from experience from doing YouTube videos on my own. You know, like this stuff, doing your own.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. That's what we're doing.
It's
now.
where you
Yeah.
get all the experience,
Yeah.
and then when it comes down to it, you're ready to go. You know, when someone has an opportunity for you, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, exactly. Just build it all up.
Help me out.